Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of this fever dream I like to call Dynamite Headdy. Now we're in a fiery forest that's not too dissimilar to Lava Reef Zone from Sonic & Knuckles. Which, fun fact, this game actually predated Sonic & Knuckles by about 2 months. Anyway, the gimmick for this stage is the semi-3D platforming you have to deal with. The floors are slanting on its sides, and you can actually slowly slide off the platforms if you're not careful. Other than the visual spectacle on display, it's really just standard platforming and that's about it. I will say that the head case over there, the weapon select, that was not there in the American version. And there are also a lot more enemies coming at you at the same time during that section in the American version. So, a little bit of subtle differences. The more glaringly obvious differences will come at a later point, don't you worry. Hey, it's an arm. Oh god! I got doll-napped. Backstage battle. Oh good, Mick Foley's here. He's gonna save us. Bad news, Mick Foley's not here, and I'm gonna kick your ass! I'm sorry, I don't read Japanese. I'm pretty sure it's just generic villain banter, so yeah, I'm gonna have fun with the script. Anyway, this boss fight is, let's just say it's hectic. It's a very hectic boss fight for this early in the game. Firstly, you can't really control where you're going because Trouble Bruin here is manhandling you. And secondly, it's kind of hard to aim because you're going all over the place. And whenever you see the arrows pointing either upwards or downwards, you have to use the control pads to steer yourself upwards or downwards in order to not get scraped across the floor or ceilings. Because I gotta tell you, carpet burn sucks. But yeah, that's about the gist of it. You have to aim for Trouble Bruin's machine itself, which is hard to do because you can't. The aiming here is a bit awkward, and you're flying all over the place, so yeah, it might take you a couple of tries. The good thing is you do have Headcase on your side, and he will give you some pretty useful power-ups. Or sometimes just give you useless shit, but still, at least it's not the pumpkin head. It's a pretty cool secret bonus point to get, though sometimes in the American version, Miroyama will, or Trouble Bruin, I'm just gonna call him Trouble Bruin, he will sometimes not even give you that random cat. He'll give you the other cats, but that cat with the specific sprite, this seems to be more random in the American version. And I will say that is the biggest problem of the Western version, it's randomness. Sometimes you can kill the boss enemy super quickly, and other times you really can't because the bosses in the American version seem to have Sonic Rush syndrome, in which case they do attacks that will not properly open them up to your attack. So you're pretty much just sitting there for an eternity, which is really just 2 or 3 minutes of the boss just doing the same attacks over and over again, and then you hit him and it barely does shit. So yeah, I did grow up with the American version of this game, so I love it with all my heart, but also, it's hard as balls, and it kind of sucks sometimes, so if you're getting into this game for the first time, please play the Japanese version. Or if you like a challenge, or if you're a sadist, or a masochist, I think it's masochist, play the American version by all means. You'll love it. Anyway, we got another basketball game, and this will be the last basketball game I show on screen because the number just keeps going up, and if you want the best ending, or at least the secret boss fight, then you have to do 4 of these. And trust me, watching this version of basketball is still not as fun as you think it is. Though I guess I should explain the different icons that are on the basketball hoops themselves. Starting with the basketball icon, if you get a ball into that hole, then that means more basketballs will spawn from the machines. Now, the cranking key you want to avoid at all costs because that will blow up one of your ball machines, and that's not fun. The icons with the 1 on it will slow down the hoops in the area, and the star means you score a point. The bonus game ends if you get the required number of baskets or both the ball machines are destroyed. But there are also other ways to quit the minigame, like pressing A, or if you take enough damage from the bombs that will occasionally drop to where you would technically die, but since this is a minigame, you won't die and a life will not be deducted. We just get booted out of the bonus game that way. And it looks like our secret number is 1. Never my favorite KND member, but it is what it is, I guess. Next up, boss fight. Yes, another boss fight after the boss fight we dealt with. This is a treasure game after all. And strangely enough, in the Japanese version, this is the only boss fight in the game to not have any pre-fight dialogue. I guess because the entrance was just that damn cool. Anyway, the puppeteer and its puppet here are actually two targets you need to deal with in order to take the whole thing out. What I like to do is I go for the puppeteer first because without it, the little side piece or the bottom piece won't fight back as much. If you take the bottom piece out first, then it's not the end of the world. You can still take the top piece out, no problem. It's just, he's way more dangerous if he's alone. Now for the first phase of the fight, you want to jump through the strings in order to avoid the pendulum swing of the puppet. And sometimes the little puppet at the bottom will throw his cane. I just got caned. I would say to hit these guys equally, but you do want to prioritize the top guy first. And just like that, the bottom guy is immobilized. He usually still swings the cane around, but it's easier to dodge, but I think I just stun-locked him. He's not doing anything. Not sure if that's a glitch or whether or not in the Japanese version this guy just completely gives up on life after I destroy his partner. But, yeah, easy win. Anyway, next boss. I'm gonna kick your... Oh, wait, where's the character at? Where's the boss? Where's the boss? There he is. Now, Straw Man here. He ranges from simple and easy to hard as hell. It really just depends on the day and the form. Now, the dragon form is not really too bad. You do want to watch out for the flamethrower though. To make things easier, you just grab Headcase and you use the Warhammer head. Or, I think it's called Warhead. Yeah, the Warhead, what I have on right now. It shoots these stars all around you. It's an excellent weapon if you want to focus solely on dodging while at the same time still keeping on the offensive. Alright, so the second and final form, if I take this out super quickly, is the dress form. It is also unfortunately the face where you could potentially get a pumpkin head if you're not careful. Thanks, Headcase. Now, what you want to do here is take the pieces of clothes off one by one. And the quickest way to do that is with the Featherhead. Wait, is he even called Featherhead? Let me look at the manual. Alright, Featherhead is something else entirely. The Feather is actually called the Superhead, which makes you move and jump higher and faster, and also increases your attack range. Also, it's called Superhead. Superhead! You goddamn 90s games and your innuendos. Anyway, that was scene 3 out of... I think there are 10 scenes in the game, or 10 stages. Dynamite Headdy is kind of on the longer side when it comes to Sega Genesis platformers. Or at least it feels long to me. I don't know. I can't explain it.
Yes. Thank you.
Who is that woman? And what am I thinking with my other head? Let's find out. Okay. I'm not gonna hold you guys in suspense for too long because the game just kind of drops the whole mystery right after this stage. The girl's name is Heather, or in the Japanese version, Fingi. Or maybe it's Fenji. I don't know, that's a rather unique name. But basically what she's doing is she's collecting the keys for the Keymaster for reasons. It's never explained in the manual, and it's not even explained in the game. She's just collecting the keys from the bosses we destroy. In fact, the manual itself questions, what is she doing with those keys? So nobody knows her true purpose or her true goals. What is Heather doing? What is she up to? And why is she kissing Headdy like that? Or doing the air kisses? Oh god. The bomb head, which I thought that would have been called the warhead, but whatever. The bomb head you don't want to hold on to for too long. When you get it, just throw it, because if you hold on to it for too long, you blow yourself up and I think you die instantly. If not, then you just take a shit ton of damage, and that's not good. So get rid of the bomb. Now, the good thing about the bomb head is that if you hit a boss with it, it just does a crap ton of damage to them too. So it's a fair trade-off. I feel like you gotta be more accurate with the bomb head though, but if you hit a boss with the bomb head, oh boy. That's just damn. I don't even know what to say about that. That's just damn. Anyway, I guess I should talk about the story of Dynamite Headdy because that's a plot. It's interesting. And by doing that, I'm going to consult the instruction manual, copyright 1994 by Sega and Treasure. And, yeah, I miss instruction manuals. Oh. Anyway. On stage Rampage, the curtain is raised, and the Treasure Theater show begins. The star of the show is Dynamite Headdy, the guy with the coolest head on stage. But danger lurks backstage. Trouble Bruin, a henchman of Dark Demon, stirs up trouble as he tries to do away with Headdy. But Trouble Bruin is small stuffing compared to Dark Demon, who strives to rule the world by converting its inhabitants into his evil minions. Most devastating are the Keymasters, who serve as Dark Demon's elite guard. As Dynamite Headdy, it's up to you to defeat Dark Demon and restore peace to the world. Step into the spotlight in a world where the props go wild and nothing is as it seems. Remember, a cool head always prevails. And that's the plot synopsis from the instruction booklet. And yeah, this is still a stage play. You're still in a play. But it also looks like the puppets seem to have some sort of sentience as well. How much sentience is never explained. I wonder if this is a Toy Story situation where the dolls are supposed to not be sentient, but they are. Or if this is Mega Man X where, you know, all hell breaks loose or something. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, it is a strange concept, and I actually kind of like it. I like the strangeness of Dynamite Headdy. I wish we got a sequel to explore more of this world, but I'm kind of fine with just one game of this. Treasure as a company isn't known for making sequels to their games unless if it's Sin and Punishment or Gunstar Heroes. Those are the only two games that got sequels. And even then, those sequels were on the okay-ish side, not as good as their original counterparts. And yeah, that's basically about it for Dynamite Headdy's story. Except for, ow, fell into a pit. Now, the good thing about this game is when you fall into pits, you won't die instantly. That was something that started in Gunstar Heroes, and from then on seems to carry over to more and more platformers as the years go by. Well, kind of. Seems like in the 90s, most of the other platformers still had that you die in one hit if you fall into a pit mentality. But by the year 2000, and definitely by the 2010s, you start to lose health if you fall into pits. Anyway, here's another ball game, and I'm gonna skip this one because we have to make 15 hoops. What's the number gonna be? Let's see. Secret number is 2. Okay, that is actually my favorite Kids Next Door character, number 2. Or at least the second favorite. I still think number 5 is best. This game has physics. Oh, damn it. There we go. Superman my way up. These stages in Southtown are easy, but they're nothing to scoff at, really. They're still trying to wing you into the game, and by the next stage, that's where the difficulty spike happens. And you will feel it. It's gonna be kind of painful. Even more so if you're playing the American version. Because for some reason, the CEOs like to make kids suffer playing through video games back in the day. I don't know why. Why are these games so damn hard? Why is Streets of Rage 3 broken in some sections? Like, the enemies are just tough. I'm talking 3 health bars for like a single Garcia or Donovan. Like, the simple enemies have tons of health bars in that game. The Japanese version of Bare Knuckle 3 didn't do that, so why did the American version of Streets of Rage 3? Come on, Sega. Well, specifically Sega of America. Why you gotta do us like that? There is a 1-up down there that I did not know how to get at the time, but it seems like you have to use the hammerhead in order to destroy the wall, and then there are a couple of platforms that you need to drop down through. Headdy is one of those games where if you press down in the jump button, you'll drop through some thin platforms. It's kind of like Contra in that regard. Good night, everybody. No, I'm kidding, we got a minute left. Whenever you grab the Z's, Dynamite Headdy will stay in place and will fall asleep for a period. May look useless, but you'll actually get health back. You want to be careful where you get this, because if you get it during a boss, I mean, sure, you can cancel out of it, but if you get hit, it just interrupts your healing. So be careful where you sleep. You never know what psychopath is around the corner just waiting to cut you in half and eat your pancreas or something? Wait, what? That's if Headdy has a pancreas, which I doubt he does. Or maybe he does, I don't know. He is a puppet. Alright, it's boss time. Who are we gonna fight next? I'm gonna kick your ass. Bo's the boss? No, as it turns out, Heather or Thingy, before we even got here, destroyed the boss and took the key for herself. So, looks like we have nothing to do for the last minute. Oh, great. You just put Dynamite Headdy out of business. Now how is he gonna support his family of just himself? I guess we'll find out in part 3 of Dynamite Headdy. I'll see you guys then, where we take to the skies.